car is stuck.
This morning began with chaos across central Texas, where relentless overnight rainfall overwhelmed infrastructure, submerged roadways, and triggered dozens of emergency rescues in and around San Antonio. Emergency crews were dispatched just after 4 o'clock in the morning to the Loop 410 and Perrin Baytel area, responding to multiple reports of vehicles trapped in rising water. What they found was a grim and dangerous scene. At least one person has been confirmed dead, although at this hour it remains unclear whether the fatality resulted from a crash or from drowning due to the high water. Police have launched an investigation, and additional details are expected later today. However, early reports from Fox San Antonio indicate a more tragic scenario. According to preliminary information, 3 people may have died, one in a multi-vehicle crash, and 2 others believed to have been swept away by floodwaters. Their bodies were discovered downstream hours later.
Hope I don't regret this. Oh boy. Holy fuck, dude. My God.
The scope of this flooding has been staggering. In just 3 hours, San Antonio recorded over 5.5 inches of rainfall, with some areas receiving more than 6 inches in a single day. That deluge officially makes today the wettest day in San Antonio in more than a decade, and one of the top 10 wettest days ever recorded in the city's weather history, which dates back to the year 1885. To put that into perspective, the previous record for rainfall in a single June day was 3.26 inches, set back in 1973. Today's total nearly doubles that figure. Further north, in New Braunfels, just outside of San Antonio, more than 3 inches of rain fell in only 30 minutes, overwhelming streets and drainage systems. In the community of Santo, video footage captured the dramatic effects of flash flooding, with fast-moving water rushing through residential streets, swallowing yards, and surrounding homes. Rescue operations have been non-stop since the early morning hours. The San Antonio Fire Department has reported conducting over 20 high-water rescues, with more calls continuing to come in. On Panama Road, first responders were seen wading through water up to their chests to reach stranded residents. In some areas, water levels were reported as high as 4 feet, forcing road closures and displacing families. By mid-morning, more than 40 low-water crossings had been closed in Behar County alone. Additional closures were also reported in neighboring Comal and Hayes counties. One of the most concerning developments was the sudden and dramatic rise of Leon Creek at Loop 410, which surged by 13 feet in just 2 hours. Officials measured over 41,000 cubic feet of water per second flowing through the channel, an extremely dangerous volume capable of sweeping away vehicles and infrastructure. The National Weather Service continues to urge residents to avoid travel, especially in flood-prone areas and low-lying roadways. San Antonio does have a sophisticated flood warning system, including automated road barricades at vulnerable intersections. Still, officials stress that conditions can deteriorate quickly and unpredictably. Meanwhile, flooding issues have also reached the Houston area. High water was reported in the Lake Houston Forest neighborhood, where crews responded to submerged roads and stranded residents. The Weather Prediction Center has now placed Houston under a level 3 out of 4 flash flood threat, meaning conditions there are expected to worsen as the week progresses. Much of the state, in fact, is currently under a level 2 or level 3 threat.
If he can get through, then I can get through. Wow. My God.
The flooding in Texas is being driven by a stalled cold front, interacting with a deep plume of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. That tropical moisture is colliding with a highly unstable atmosphere, creating slow-moving storms capable of dropping several inches of rain in very short periods. Winds aloft remain weak, meaning these storms are not moving out quickly, leading to more prolonged downpours and greater flooding risks. The flash flood threat is expected to expand eastward through the Ark-La-Tex region, affecting areas from Houston to Little Rock, Arkansas. On Friday, those same conditions could shift further east into parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee. The Storm Prediction Center has also placed areas like Corpus Christi, Lufkin, Lake Charles, and Jackson under a level 1 risk for severe storms today, with isolated damaging winds and hail possible.
I know y'all fucking lying. Man. They finna be mad at me because I ain't going no motherfucking well.
And the severe weather threat does not end there. Further north in the upper Midwest, another system is taking shape. An upper-level disturbance out of Canada is interacting with a cold front across Minnesota, where heavy rain and flash flooding are becoming concerns. The Weather Prediction Center has issued a level 2 threat for areas in central Minnesota, southeastern North Dakota, and northeastern South Dakota. Minneapolis-St. Paul could see several inches of rain, especially as the low-level jet stream funnels in additional Gulf moisture. Storms in this region may also become severe. The Storm Prediction Center has placed areas of Nebraska and South Dakota in a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms today, highlighting the potential for damaging winds, hail, and isolated tornadoes. Back in Texas, the cleanup has only just begun. Power outages are widespread, roadways are littered with debris, and homes have sustained water damage. But with more storms forecast over the coming days, the priority for now remains safety and preparation. Officials continue to urge everyone in flood-prone areas to remain vigilant, avoid unnecessary travel, and never attempt to drive through water-covered roads, from San Antonio to Houston and stretching across the South and Midwest. This has been a sobering reminder of how fast nature can overwhelm our systems, and how critical early warnings, preparedness, and local cooperation truly are.
Delayed my buddy's flight and they kept him in Dallas, but now I can't see fuck shit.
Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.